If you watch TV8 and Good Morning Vail frequently, especially those epic mornings, you know Mark Sassy and I are always out on our QuietKat. And joining us right now, Jake Roach with the company.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
It's supposed to be 90 today.
I know, it's a good time to get out there. We'll get to your biker in a moment. I just wanted to say from us at TV8, thank you. We love having the QuietKat. It enables us to go anywhere effortlessly.
I bet you that it's a good tool.
It really is.
You know, you can load it up with a lot of weight. You can not worry about expending your energy.
Sure.
And you can get places quickly.
And I can pass bikers that are covered head to toe in spandex like it's nothing while I'm cracking a 40 ounce.
And you're doing it legally.
Yes. And that's another thing to talk about is they just passed legislation making these legal in a lot of areas.
There's kind of a fine line of electric power allowed with a bicycle, and in the United States it's 750 watts. So as long as you're riding a bike 750 watts and doesn't go more than 20 miles an hour unassisted, you're pretty much legitimately legal on bike paths and where bicycles are allowed.
Well, I'm going to have our cameraman Baker scoot over, and I'll have you come over this way. You have this one set up. This is all about Colorado adventuring.
Yeah, I mean, it's summertime, right? And it is time to get out in the woods. If you're going fishing, you're going camping, you're hitting the high country. And I loaded this product up. We've got a cooler filled with gear and food for a week. We got our tent, sleeping bags, all my gear in a backpack, fly rod. In here, we got waders. These are dry bags, so these are waterproof.
Okay.
And they're just saddle bags that fit over. I've got all my fly fishing gear in here. And on the other side, I've got extra batteries packed because I know I'm not going to have batteries, so the batteries are removable. You can go about 20 miles on a battery charge.
I'm going to have you step back because before we get to it, the bike is one thing. This is new, the trailer device that you have. Tell us about that.
I mean, this trailer was designed after the touring trailer that you see guys cruising across the country on, right? But what we did is we just added more suspension, more beef, and fat tires to it.
This thing is so cool.
It's the QuietKat Fat Cat trailer.
And we're going to show how
it perfectly for that bike.
We'll show how it works in just a moment. We'll send Jake out on a test spin. These were originally designed for hunters to get into the backcountry a little easier and also quietly.
You know, originally hunters, but realistically, you know, accessing the great outdoors. Yeah. That's the key of this design of our line of
This is the ultimate Colorado mountain ride. And look at the size of the tires. How big are those?
Those 4.5 inches wide, so there's lots of suspension in your tire because there's lots of air. And then we also have a front suspension on it, so it's a pretty smooth ride over the rough terrain.
And if you wouldn't mind, show our viewers how it works as far as turning this on.
Oh, it's pretty easy. The first thing you would do is you switch on your battery if it's not already on, and then the battery's on there. And then you have a control panel here, and it's off right now, so I just hold on the power button. And then as I pedal it, it's going to start moving the bike, but I also have it throttle. And a throttle is really key when you're pulling a lot of weight. Like, I've got a couple 100 pounds on this, and if I was to start pedaling, it would be really hard for me to get it going. Once you get it going, it's like you don't even notice the trailer's with you. You
get going, because as you do this, I'm gonna give you guys some examples on how this works. It is incredible. Yeah, it is loaded up right now.
I don't want to start pedaling. I want to go with a throttle because pedaling's difficult.
Okay.
With all this weight on it, so I got it. And I'm just gonna
start off pure throttle right there. So if you notice, he's not even pedaling yet, and he's able to take off. Now, the way that this bike works is that when you pedal, it assists the motor, and then the motor in turn assists you right back. And as Jake mentioned, you know, he's probably about 150, 160 pounds. He has a few hundred pounds of gear on it. In this case right now, he's not even pedaling the bike. He's able to cruise effortlessly through difficult terrain, through steeper terrain, completely quiet. But then once you start pedaling this thing, it's almost like they work together. Like you pedal, then the motor helps, and then you go faster, then it goes faster. I've had this thing flying.
It's called pedal assist, and you have 5 different levels of pedal assist, from actually 0, which would be all human power, up to 5, which is, on this model, is producing 750 watts.
I want to get one of these.
Which is legal.
I want one of these trailers for TV8.
Yeah.
Because I want to go on one of these Colorado adventures.
Or you want to, like, haul your kayak and up the trail. I know what you're doing, what you're talking about.
Oh, this is so cool. All right, you ride off into the sunset, and we'll show you this. Check it out. Jake with QuietKat.
Wednesday on TV8.
Good to see you. Jake's taking off. They have an office that is right here on Broadway. You can stop by and see them. Such a cool device and perfect for the Colorado mountains. Stay with us as Good Morning Vail continues. I'm going to be joined by Jeremy Gross. He's with the town of Eagle to find out more about some special events that are coming up, including Flight Days, which is right around the corner. More when we return to Eagle with Good Morning Vail.